This video has two parts to it. One part is a look at the upstairs of our house. Something that people have been asking about since we made our first videos. The other part is a big announcement. Well, huge for us. And since our announcement has an impact on the upstairs, I thought it would be good to combine the two. To set the story in context, if you've forgotten or never knew, we bought our little house in the summer of 2015 and completely redid the exterior, adding the stone facade and replacing all the windows. And then we basically gutted the interior. If you've not seen our before and after video or you want to watch it again, I'll link that in the description. Be kind, it was one of my first attempts at editing. I have not really decorated the bedrooms the way I imagined, so I wanted to wait to show them to you. Consider this after the before, but before the after. Is that confusing? Well, this is the intermediate stage. All we have revealed about the upstairs so far is that we removed this little window from above the front door. It was not original to the house. These are the before and after photos. The other thing we were insistent about was removing the AC unit in the larger of the two bedrooms. When that tiny window was added, two small bedroom closets were removed. This little window was stuffed in a corner, and we desperately needed those closets back. You'll see that when I take you upstairs. You can see on this before floor plan where the closets were removed and then added back. That's the story of the window. So, announcement first, then upstairs tour. Our youngest daughter, her husband, and their 4 children are moving from Arizona to the East Coast. They are going to stay with us for a few months while they look for a home. We are more than a little excited about the relocation and about having the grandchildren full time for a little while. Our entire house is 1,623 square feet. There will be 8 of us and 2 cats. If you think that sounds crazy, it's still better than staying at a hotel with 4 kids and a cat. For 5 years, we lived in a 1,340 square foot house with our 4 children. The only hard part was putting away all the groceries. Are you ready to head upstairs? Let's go. So here we go. We're in the living room and there is a walkway here, nice pathway that doesn't cross anything. And then we're going to head up the stairs, but there is a little landing with a window that looks out onto the deck. And then I have 3 Japanese inks that stair step up the stairs, and I don't know that I can get them all at once, but they are original pieces of art that belong to my great aunt, and I love them. Maybe I can give you a little closer look at each one. And then our final one here, a little glare there. And at the top of the stairs, well, there's our 21st century cables, but that is a picture of my mother shortly before she married. She was 20 years old, and her little sister was pretty young. And at the top of the stairs, the first thing you see is the bathroom, which is not real exciting, but you know, that's the way it is. This bathroom had to be done immediately when we bought the house because the floor had a hole in it. You could actually see through to the joists that were supporting the floor. And we rented the house for the first year, rented it out. And so we had to remodel the bathroom. And I wasn't sure about a style, but nice classic tile and pedestal sink since the bathroom is quite small. We have beadboard trim, and that is the original 1942 tub, which has kind of an Art Deco style. And I love the color of the walls in here. That is Water by Sherwin-Williams is what I think it was called. And it's a really nice green color. And this was the original mirror that was here, the medicine cabinet. And so this is the old photo of what this bathroom looks like. Do notice they don't let you see the floor. And then here is the smaller of the two bedrooms. It's a sweet little room. And this is, obviously you can see the pitch of the house. And this is a trundle bed. So the furniture will be moved to accommodate the children. It's a very small room, and because the ceiling is so low on the front of the house, that window goes to the front of the house, to keep the height of the windows the same, this window is quite low, so I've put a shelf above that. And these were the original hardwood floors. We put a dark stain on them to coordinate with what was downstairs, but I think it's a sweet little room. And in this room, there's quite a bit of needlework. These two pictures that my grandmother did, and two ladies, needlepoint ladies, and then a pretty piece of counted cross stitch. And back here is where the closet was put back in that you saw on the floor plan. It was being used by, this room was being used by the previous owner as a closet, which makes a lot of sense, but a 3-bedroom house is always better than a 2-bedroom house for resale. Anyway, that's the children's bedroom. And then coming out here, we have a little landing, and here is the larger of the 2 bedrooms. And again, I have this furniture staged so that you can see the patterns together. I've done a lot of combining of patterns. The headboard is the most major thing in the room, and that was my great-grandparents' headboard. There is a footboard, and of course, being Victorian, the footboard was large enough to be used as a headboard, and that's how my parents and now my sister use it. And I bought the wool rug just on Wayfair for a very good price. And I found this wonderful floral barrel back chair that I adored for $25 at Goodwill. And here is a mirrored vanity and 2 side tables, one a little drop leaf table and one a round table, each with books that overnight guests might enjoy reading. And these 2 windows, both the other room and this room, these windows in the summertime have window boxes on them, and you can actually see the flowers from inside the room. And this spot, if ever I'm going to put drapes in my house, it's going to be in these 2 bedrooms. And then over here, this is very much a family space. These are family photographs that I love, ones that are very dear to me. So my grandfather, who died in 1942, so, he became perfect. And then my grandmother holding my mother. And the house above here, that's the original architect's rendering of the house that they built in the 1930s in Highland Park. And there's a coat of arms that somebody made up. There is no such thing as a Blythe coat of arms, but somebody made one. And another piece of my grandmother's stitchery, and another thrift store lamp. And that's Kitty Kirby's bench so he can get up and look out the window. He really is a clumsy cat, and he needs the help. The crocheted bedspread was done by my mother-in-law for her mother-in-law. And the coverlet here is probably from the 19th century. I'd never seen anybody use it. It was just in a cedar chest, but it's pink and green, which is kind of unusual colors. But I was always interested and loved it, and it had hardly any wear, probably because of the peculiar colors. And back behind that was the only closet that was upstairs. Very small closet that actually has a window that goes outside. And don't worry, the chair will be moved. This is just for staging purposes, but you can't get in the closet with the chair there, and I know that. Then over here, there is a bookshelf, and here is the closet we added back in, and the window was in that corner, partially in what now is the closet and then partially into the room. And you can see it was just in such an awkward spot, you didn't even really look out of it. And another little thrift store picture where you can see that. Mary Cassatt. I love Mary Cassatt's art, always mothers and children. Another thing I want to do in this room is add a dust ruffle to this bed. I haven't been able to find a fabric I liked, and you just take your time. You don't rush and buy something that you don't like. You wait for it. Anyway, and it works out perfectly because that's why they're gonna put their suitcases there. Now, it's small, but it's better than extended stay with 4 kids and a cat. And then going back downstairs, you can see the 3 Japanese inks and a large picture that is kind of awkward there, but things that need to be done. This stairwell is not well lit, so maybe some kind of a sconce or something added here, some fresh paint, some window coverings. Without a doubt, the bedding the quilts in this bedroom need to be replaced. They're very worn, and I fully expect the children to tear them up. They've just been played on so much they wore, and it's okay. They were inexpensive from Target, not fine or anything like that, but I love it with the little sewing rocker. Anyway, that's the upstairs. My goal is to make over the 2 bedrooms after my daughter's family finds a home. That way, I'll have something to look forward to when they leave me alone, and my daughter can just relax and not worry about the damage kids invariably do. I plan on painting the walls they will be drawing on and replacing the bedspreads they will tear. Anything that's broken can be replaced. We can handle this because the most creative solutions and the best stories begin with the biggest challenges. I'm 99% certain it will be a few weeks before the next video. When you see me next time, I'll be back from Arizona with my 4 grandchildren. See you then.